Hey everybody, it's Cynthia Porter with Visit Winona, and I just want to show you one of the most beautiful places in Minnesota right now. Today, I am at the Trempealeau National Wildlife Refuge, and I'm taking a little nature walk with my friends because the monarchs are out, the liatris is in full bloom, and so is all the goldenrod, and it's gorgeous. So yeah, join me. Let's just go take a little walk around, and I will show you why you need to get in the car and come see it for yourself. I mean, first of all, I'm not sure how large this refuge is. I wish I was closer to my friends because I'm with Tex and Amalfi Hawkins, and Tex was a watershed biologist for the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service forever and ever. And so he has forgotten more about nature than any of us will ever know. Oh, look, I'm going to show you. Hang on, there's a monarch. How do I turn this around? Okay, not looking at me anymore. Now we're just going to chase monarchs. They're so beautiful. And the thing about monarchs that you need to know is that their population has decreased by about 95% since the early 1970s. It's for a lot of reasons. It's for loss of habitat, and that's because development of, lots of previously undisturbed land has mowed down the milkweed, and monarch butterflies need milkweed to lay their eggs on. It's the only plant they'll lay their eggs on. Here, I'll turn this back around. So it's milkweed is the only plant that a monarch butterfly will lay its eggs on, and this country used to be full of it, and we started to develop more and more and more, and so it's a little bit harder for them to find, which is a shame. The other thing is pesticides. People started really using all kinds of pesticides to kill unwanted bugs, but the problem is that it also kills butterflies, and so they can't survive that way either. And so places like this are special because the monarchs need them. Oh, do you see them flying around behind me? The monarchs need them so that they can fuel up, and then there's also milkweed in other parts of this area that they can lay their eggs on. Fun fact, I'm a monarch nerd, and I have about 12 caterpillars in my kitchen right now. Every year I let milkweed grow in my yard, wherever it will grow. It's the only plant that can absolutely move in anywhere. I don't care. And then I go look for monarch eggs, and they always come. I don't know how they find it. I just have one little yard in the city of Winona, but they always find it. And so this year I've already let go of 9, and going to be a dozen more in a little bit. These ones are little tiny ones, but anyway, little efforts like that is what's going to help save the monarch butterflies. The reason that we take the eggs off of the leaves and bring them into a container in the house, and it's like a net enclosure, is because monarchs are really toxic to anything that eats them. But the problem is when they're tiny, teeny tiny, they're hard to see the colors of. So the colors are so bright that birds recognize poison, and that's like nature's magic system of keeping birds alive and keeping monarchs alive. The problem is that when they're tiny, tiny little cats, they don't have noticeable colors really, and so birds will eat them. As soon as they see them on a plant, they will eat them and then, spit them out because they taste like poison, because they are poison, but it's too late. The monarch won't survive. So these are the reasons that we do the things that we do with the monarch butterflies. There's people who are, far more into it than I am. They put little markers on their wings and track them, and then people register when they see the monarchs in a different part of the world. It's all, it's a global effort really to try to save these monarch butterflies. But right now, this prairie is doing a good job saving them here. I'm going to turn this around, stop showing you me, but look at behind me. Can you stand it? Oh my gosh. A whole bunch of sandhill cranes just like lit up and flew away right before I went live. That would have been noisy. Would have been too noisy for you to even hear me, because up close they are loud. Okay, I'm going to flip this around and we're just going to walk, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about where I'm at and what's going on. So, Trempealeau National Wildlife Refuge, if you are not familiar, it took us about, I'd say it probably took us about 15 minutes to get here from Winona. And it's just going towards Holman on the Wisconsin side of the river. And it's free to come here. Oh, look at this little butterfly. Wait, can you see it? Where is it? There it is. It's pretty. I have no idea what it is, but I've also seen a whole bunch of dragonflies in here. I have brought my handy dandy big rig. This is my camera, affectionately called the big rig. And I'm going to take some really beautiful photos. But first, I'm going to let you see some beautiful stuff. Look at this monarch. Let's see if we can creep up on it. Hang on. I'm being very, very quiet. Hang on. Oh my gosh, look at how pretty it is, you guys. Now, did you know females have dots on their wings and males do not? Let's see what this one is. Oh, well, nope, too fast. Too fast, I couldn't tell. So, anyway, this wildlife park is absolutely huge. It goes all along the Mississippi River, and one of the other reasons that a lot of people come here is to go birding. There's just an incredible, oh look, there's my friends over there. I'm so glad they called me this morning. The Mississippi Flyway is the path for something like 1 million birds. Here, I'm going to turn it back around. Something like 1 million birds fly up and down the Mississippi Flyway. We should go closer to Tex and make him tell us. And so you can see a whole bunch of them from here. Right now we're in the prairies, and this has a number of different prairie areas. This is a huge park, but the water area, the waterfront is over that way somewhere, and that also just goes forever and ever. And I love to come out here and see the swans. They will be right up by the viewing docks. They have viewing decks rather. They have viewing decks that you can just go stand on, and the swans don't care, and they will come just right around you, and plus thousands of ducks and other migrating birds. We've got herons and egrets. Well, and of course eagles. The eagles aren't migrating usually, but you can see them all right on the riverfront over here, just undisturbed. And it's so quiet here. It's away from traffic, away from everything, that the birds are really comfortable being just around you, you know. And so anyway, in the spring and in the fall especially, is when I've been out here to see them. And one of the things that's so beautiful is in the fall, it gets hot and cold overnight, and so there's a mist that hangs over this park. Oh my gosh, it's literally one of the most beautiful photos I've ever taken. I'll see if I can find it and stick it in the comments, of like this kind of craggy old tree and this mist over one of the prairies. It's just beautiful. Not because I took it, but just because it's just beautiful. And so any of you camera bugs, this is really a great spot to come out and see a little bit of nature. And I mean, it's Friday. What better day to do it? Well, I guess every day is a good day to do it. Wednesday, Monday. I don't know. Oh, dragonflies also. There's tons of dragonflies around me, but they move too fast. I can't show you the dragonflies. So anyway, Trempealeau National Wildlife Refuge. This is one of the most sacred places. I believe that a good part of this was given also to Wisconsin by John Latch. Somebody tell me in the comments if I'm wrong about that, but I'm fairly certain that this is part of the land. He donated like more than 10,000 acres into the public domain in Wisconsin and in Minnesota to preserve places like this. And so he's done a good job with it. This is really beautiful. I have to go find out what that yellow butterfly is. And I'm gonna go take some pictures of my own. So everybody, Trempealeau National Wildlife Refuge is like 15 minutes from Winona, free to come to. Just park and wander and wander and wander and wander. Bring a picnic and bring shoes, you know, because look at, I mean, we're in a prairie, so bring good shoes. And I hope I see you out here next time I'm here. Bye, everybody. Have a great weekend and come see this for yourself. Bye.